listening to Rat Rolls, a Fallout Tabletop podcast.
Yeah, sure. You plug the Vault Boy into the socket, and it begins loading up. The lights are flashing, the klaxon rings, and the vault door screeches back. The inside of it is your typical entryway. It says, "Welcome to Vault 40." And as you kind of enter this vault, hang on one second, you see that you are actually at the top of an elevator shaft, which I will reveal in a second. Here we go. This elevator shaft is interesting, though, because on the wall, there's actually a number of different pods in these like kind of glass pods that are almost like they kind of like jut out from the wall. There's probably like 200 of these. Each of them have this like green liquid inside, and inside each of these like green liquid chambers, there's like a tiny animal and a different one in each of these little chambers. And at the bottom of this elevator shaft is the elevator. It's down there, and there's no way for you to kind of bring it up. I would say this elevator shaft's about a 25-foot drop down to the bottom, but there are all of these kind of like egg-shaped canisters on the wall with various little animals inside of them.
I don't like this at all.
Oh.
Is this the zoo? They said zoo. Maybe this is
that
the
one
zoo.
looks tasty. Oh, that one looks tasty.
Recognizable animals?
Frankie, we're not going to eat them yet.
But why not?
Well, for one thing, we can't get to them unless you can fly.
I think to Punchy and maybe Hazel, these animals you would recognize that these are typical unmutated baby animals.
Okay.
All different varieties.
It's like a pre-war genetics bank of animal.
Yeah, it's like a Noah's Ark vault.
Yeah, that's catchy.
Good. Yeah. No,
That was that movie with Russell Crowe, right?
yeah, it's like based on a book, though, right?
Right.
I don't know. I don't really read
I've heard of it.
What's the climbing situation here?
Yeah, so like
you say like
be
elevator shaft, so I'm thinking like some type of chain or counterweight or something that.
Yeah, there's like scaffolding that kind of like comes up, and it's like the pulleys are inside of the scaffolding. You could also you could hold on to one of these. You could climb down the eggs, but it's a bunch of glass.
Yeah, that doesn't sound. I mean, neither of them sound safe. Yeah, neither of them sound safe, but there's like an order of magnitude difference between, the scaffolding and the chain versus the rounded egg pods here.
Yes.
I think I would like to I don't know what elevators are. Abel doesn't know what elevators are. I don't think Abel's had any reason to see an elevator, much less a functioning one, much less how they work. So, but maybe Abel does see a chain that can be climbed and stuff. So maybe that's kind of like a ladder or something. So Abel's willing to climb down there to scout things out.
Yeah, I'd say strength plus athletics for a difficulty 2 to be able to like maneuver yourself down the scaffolding, kind of. Like you're doing, it's climbable, but you're not.
Yeah, and I'm going to spend an AP to roll an extra D20. Cool.
1, you got a 1. That's a difficulty 2, so you are succeed. So you managed to make it to the bottom of this elevator shaft. There's a door in front of you. There's the remainder of these glass pods that these animals are in, as well as the controls for the elevator, or excuse me, just controls for a thing that you don't know.
Hey, there's a thing down here and it says up and down.
I think that's the button to make the elevator work.
So do I need to push down because that's where you want to go?
You know what? Try pressing down first, and if it doesn't work, press up.
I push the down button. Do my friends go down?
No, it kind of like grinds the gears a little bit. You hear like a grinding sound.
I'll test the up button and hope my friends don't go up.
Yeah, you feel a jolt, and the floor beneath you begins to lift as the pod starts scrolling in your vision as you ascend, getting closer to your friends.
Okay.
I guess Abel was on that one elevator type deal, but I don't think there was an up-down button. I think that was controlled externally, and also power armor. Anyway, yeah, I'll take this wide stance because the ground's shaky and this is kind of weird. But I'm in control, so I'll reel it up to the 3rd floor here and bellhop everyone, I guess.
Wow, good job.
Thank you, Miss Greenglass. I just pushed a button though. 2 buttons.
Is there any danger that he would get crushed with the elevator going up? Like it would hit the top?
Oh yeah, is there like a roof to it or
No, the safety mechanisms in place.
It's a proper elevator. Then again,
it's a giant loading elevator essentially.
Okay.
Freight
It's not like this is a large room with a giant elevator in the middle of it. This is like load bearing.
Well, it looks like this is where we're going. Let's go visit the zoo, gentlemen.
All right, so you all go down the elevator and walk through the door. You all enter a large atrium. In this atrium, there are 6 glass encasements. In each of the glass encasements as you enter, you notice some like really strange looking beings in all of these. The first one you see on your right, you see these giant gray like behemoths with giant ears and almost like they have an extra appendage on the front of them, and they're just like kicking them around back and forth and quietly kind of like making sounds at each other. The next one you see is this these large animals with unusually crazy necks that have stuck up in the air, and they have 2 antennas on their head, and they're brown and yellow colored. The next one you see kind of this rolling field area, and there's these brown small creatures that are furry and kind of cute, and they have like a little scrunchy face, but are mainly covered in fur with a little white stripe. On the back most left area is kind of this murky area that you don't really see any creatures inside of. The next area is kind of that middle left area. You see a number of different small animals. They almost look like cats, with a very small kind of like gray figures that are moving around very quickly beneath them. And the final area on your left, you see giant, like they're almost like the size of you all, but they have black fur and black skin, and they're almost like walking around on all fours, kind of. All of a sudden, from that exhibit, one of them pops out. Their head. They have just incredibly black skin, their black eyes, and giant fists with their arms and body full of fur. And one of them looks at you and says, "Well, I didn't know that they kept humans in the pods in there."
Holy shit.
Wow, radiation
Holy
does
shit,
weird
you guys.
things to animal. Dang, look at these guys. And and it talks.
They're not supposed to do that. They did not do that. They didn't used to do that. That's not a thing. That's new.
Wait, but they did
thing.
They did that in a whole bunch of they did that Charlotte's Web and Animal Farm. Animals talk in books.
Oh, what if we did? What if we did do that?
Well, I would expect that you would be able to have a civilized.
You would expect civilization. That's what you would expect. This is often something I ponder about.
Do you? I would be fascinated to sit down and have a conversation with you one of these days, maybe over warm beverages or something.
I mean, that's pretty much what we do all day long. All day long.
That's fascinating.
I'm surprised because we haven't signed any resolutions to bring anybody new in here. So this is a big deal. This means that I mean, the overseer is finally acting outside of resolutions, which is, I mean, that really changes my thinking of what they could be doing.
So the vault overseer, is there any chance we could have a conversation with them first? We're new and we're kind of we're trying to find our way around down here. Yes.
I understand. No one talks to the vault overseer. Now, why is that? I'm not sure. But every year we do our resolutions, and those are the laws that we pass, and they get approved by the overseer. But we never talk to them.
Does the overseer ever not pass one of your resolutions?
What do you mean? All of us?
Like,
yes, all of us.
Okay,
all of the gorillas.
Not
all
just
the
the
giraffes,
monkeys.
All of
all of you.
Sorry, I'm not a monkey. I'm a gorilla. Monkeys are
a gorilla.
Yes.
An ape. So the apes talk. You said the giraffes talk.
Yeah. Yes. Giraffes, honey badgers, the water monitors, the cats, the mice, and the elephants, of course.
I got a question. Just throwing this out here. Do you know what a gulper is?
I don't think that was a part of the original manifest for the community members that came in here. I don't think that was a part of that. So no, that must be something outside of what may have been on hand in the world. So no, I've never heard of that.
That's really good to know because they were not very talkative. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so there were gulpers. So there were gulpers in staging that you all were near.
Yeah, and they actually did eat my friend here.
Yeah.
Like
they ate
often.
him.
More than once.
We had to get him out. We had to get him out. It was kind of sad. It's kind of a sad case.
Yeah.
So they released 4 humans and a gulper? Whatever that is?
The 2 gulpers.
2 of them.
2 of them.
We don't have that room for it, so I don't know whether that seems like a miscalculation on the overseer's part because we just don't have that room.
Well, they may have just been squatters who had just into a vacant, beach.
We don't. I mean, you'd all have to be born. There's no squatters. I mean, you live here long enough, you become a squatter, but nobody just you just come out of the tube and then you live your life.
Cool. It sounds.
Where's
the overseer?
I think they're up there, and he points up, and there's in the atrium there's a circular window with a light on, and he says, "But there's no way to get up there. But I know that they're up there. They've been up there for years."
Well, thank you for your help. Do you have a name, by any chance?
Yeah, my name is 46.
Hey, 46. I'm Hazel.
That's a number.
Nice to meet you.
Not name, it's a number. So do you guys just stay in your enclosures all the time, or do you get out and mingle?
This is a great philosophical question that I often ask myself: is should we mingle? Should the animals mingle? Should we be allowed to even occupy land, occupy enclosures? What gives us that right? This is something I've discussed at length with a number of my different friends, and we've yet to come with an answer.
What do you eat? Who feeds you?
I mean, it comes from the tubes. We petitioned a long time ago to stop getting the spreads that we would normally get and get more specified food for the animals that lived here. That was maybe about it was a long time ago. We made that petition.
And the overseer signed off on it.
Yeah, it was approved. Resolution was approved. It was voted majority, and so the resolution has final approval, and they approved it. Yes.
Hey, question for you, Mr. 47.
Yeah.
Is there anyone here that's like kind of like mean, who maybe should go through like animal therapy, maybe would benefit from the use of drugs? Any kind of unpopular resident?
What do you think is popular? Maybe being mean is just an outward expression of something nice. Have you ever thought about that?
I have thought about that, and that wasn't something I would want to spend a lot of time thinking about.
Do you think aggression is just a means of pacifism?
I think sometimes you feel as if you do not have an effect on the world around you, so you act out in the form of violence, but sometimes that violence can take the form of niceness. And so really, niceness is violence. Have you thought about that?
You know what? You've given me a lot to think about. So I'm going to go and record all of this in my notebook. This is a lot to think about, and I appreciate your time. And I hope that you find your spot and you don't get killed. So I'll see you later. And he walks back into his enclosure.
Well, that was ominous. That was very ominous.
He was very nice, though. I like him. I would.
Yeah,
like
he writes in a
him.
journal just like you. Maybe you guys could be like pen pals.
Absolutely. Although we should probably.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, I think.
So I'm gonna guess that was unusual.
Well, that was really weird. That was like super weird.
All right, because like I've seen weird stuff so long that I'm just kind of desensitized to it. So, but
that was a first for me, for sure.
I'm feeling
but that's
it's very unsettling.
That's something I should feel. I should feel uneasy about that. That there's a creature,
a gorilla,
that looks like a mutated human that talks. Like that's. I mean, I don't want to. I see that stuff pretty frequently up the top. So like, but that's an unusual thing, though.
Well, he mentioned giraffes and elephants, and I guess that would make gorilla. Those are all pre-war creatures. Mostly from other countries that people would keep in zoos here for, I'm not exactly sure why, but apparently this vault keeps repopulating these enclosures with zoo animals that can talk and vote and have conversations.
It's that part. That's the part that's unsettling me. I thought
the election part. I hear you.
It's the talking part and everything, right? I came in. I thought this is like a paradise for me. Look at all these animals around.
Hunting. You're not used to hunting stuff that talks philosophically.
My gosh, but then they started talking. And all of a sudden, I'm very conflicted. I don't know. I don't like the idea. That the prey has like the thoughts and the voting and stuff. I don't know.
So I agree. I don't think we should shoot stuff that can talk and think unless it's shooting us first.
Or that it could shoot us first. But also, Hazel, that might be a bad example because that gorilla has like thumbs and he could probably hold a gun and he could probably shoot us if he had a gun. So don't shoot any talking animals unless they appear to be a threat. Let's all agree on that.
Let's just not hand the apes any guns and we'll be fine.
The sooner we can get out of here.
This is probably fine, right? No apes with guns.
The sooner we can get out of here, the better, because I'm already kind of having an existential crisis about my morality.
Okay, well, I would really like to find out what's up with that overseer that signs off on pretty much anything that these animals ask for. And also, supposedly, they need to get permission to put new creatures or habitats in here.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling that you guys are going to become the next exhibit if we don't figure this out fast.
It wouldn't be my first time. But
you had a weird life.
What
Hazel.
we really need to find a way out, right?
She does have that tail. She already kind of fits in.
Leave my tail out of this. She tucks the tail behind her. It's not about the tail, guys. It's about dignity. Really. And also about finding a way out of this place. Hopefully without...
All right. Mr. 47 said he didn't know if there was a way up to where the Overseer is. But Hazel, you've been in vaults before. Like you figure out like how we can get up to the Overseer's office.
Well, I've heard of vaults that have secret Overseer like areas where they can watch the vault. Nobody knows they're there. But since we can see the window, there has to be some kind of stairway or elevator up to the office.
Hazel, what do you think would happen, hypothetically, if there was a mass uprising of the animal and they started rampaging and just causing chaos? Do you think maybe that would attract some attention of the Overseer?
Well, maybe negative attention. Let's try and stick with positive attention before we revert to negative attention. Because honestly, truthfully, these animals seem to have a pretty good life down here. I really don't want to mess this up for them.
You know, you're making a good point. What about a mass peaceful protest?
But what would they be protesting? They're fine.
Never seeing the Overseer.
True.
Ooh,
but the Overseer gives them
no
everything they ask
representation.
for. True, but they have representation. Anytime they ask for something, the Overseer green stamps it and says, okay, it's yours. So they have actually the best kind of government. It's a government that gives them everything they want, and they never actually have to pay attention to it.
Whoa, Hazel. That sounds a lot of little like red talk. And I don't cotton to any of that kind of commie garbage. I am old school. I'm from before the bombs.
Mm-hmm. And how did that work out for us?
I'm a brain in a jar, and we got talking monkeys. So I don't know how to evaluate anything at this point.
That's fair. Although the animals did say they voted, I think if this was actually like a pinko commie government, there wouldn't be votes. There'd be like somebody in charge telling everybody else that everybody's equal except them, that they're better. Which, wait.
That sounds pretty familiar.
Kind of sounds like
it does kind of sound familiar, doesn't it? We're gonna blow somebody else's life up, aren't we?
Peaceful protest is what I'm suggesting. Look, I'm just saying, we've got this pheromone things we got from that one weird merchant.
Mm-hmm.
Be a peaceful uprising.
You know what? I'll tell you what. The gorillas seem pretty chill, like all good vibes. Let's go talk to the other animals and see if any of them have any beefs. Like, let's go talk to those guys with the really long necks. I mean, they may have sore throats, that aren't being tended to.
Giraffe?
Yeah, giraffes.
They're from Africa.
JRAF?
Sure, why not?
Jeffs?
Giraffes.
Giraffes. Right. Giraffes.
I'm going to call Kansas City Dick over. I've got a job for him.
Okay.
Hey, what you got me to do? I'm going to do something for you. What do you want me to do?
Dick,
I'll do anything you want, boss man.
I'm going to point to that Overseer window. I'm like, all right, I need you to roll around, kind of do some sneaking around here. See if you can find a way up to that room up there.
You mean it? I mean, I can't roll. I can't roll right up there. You know what I mean? But you got to
find go Go down some corridors, look for like small spaces that only you, little tiny Roly Kansas City Dick, can get through. See if you can find your way up there, and then come back and find us and let us know what you find out.
All right, anybody needs killing, I'll definitely do that.
All right,
don't kill anybody. I'm giving you a very important job. You're my number one guy, Kansas City Dick. You're my number one guy. I need you. You gotta be a little stealthy. You gotta be a little sneaky. You're just gathering information. You're gonna do great. I promise. Eventually, you will get to kill something.
So I get to kill some wackos later, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wackos later.
Awesome.
And it kind of rolls off.
I'm sure there's gonna be no problems. This is gonna work out perfectly, guys. Don't worry.
1920s gangster claptrap, my brain.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe he'll find like a dumbwaiter or something that we can use to get up to the overseer's office.
Yeah, maybe a secret door.
Secret door.
I don't know.
Secret tunnel.
There's always a secret door.
Secret tunnels happen more often than you would think, honestly.
It's like secret doors and quicksand all the time. All the time.
I did admittedly think quicksand would have been what I've read. It's golfers. Go figure. All right, so are we going to go talk to the giraffes?
Giraffes.
Okay, let's go talk to the giraffes and see.
Yeah, so you all enter the giraffe enclosure, and it's featured by a number of tall trees. Each of these tall trees has like a little red fruit kind of growing out of it. There's about 7 giraffes in here. One of them's a baby, and the rest of them are full adults. And the giraffes are kind of going about, and one of them sees you and lowers its head and says, "Hello, low ones."
Hi. Are very statuesque.
What we are is very tall, very high.
Yeah. So how does it feel to be that high all the time?
It's the best feeling. I love it. In fact, everyone should be this high. I can be near the lights. I can see them really good.
How close are we to the overseer window? Can the giraffes look into the overseer window?
Giraffes are in their own enclosure. Like they are in the atrium, but they are in their own large enclosure. They're in their home. It's kind of like glass paned in front of it, so like you could see directly into it. But like their enclosure is where they are living currently. But they're not quite tall enough to see the overseer window. Like the scale of the overseer window is higher than what the giraffes currently are. They're close. What low business do you all have?
Oh, we just arrived. We're strangers here. We were just talking to Mr. 47. I don't know if you know him. Very nice gentleman. He's a bit of a philosopher. I was like, what do you guys think? Like, he likes to talk about big ideas. He's way into the kind of election and democratic system you have here. What do you think? Do you guys get to vote on things? Do you guys get to set terms for the overseer?
We've put very many resolutions in, but none have been taken. The gorilla you're talking about is a low one. So low. Too low.
So they never take your resolutions? Do they only ever take... What about the other groups? Is it only just the gorillas?
To remember, but last year we put in a resolution that said we wanted all of the food to come from the ceiling. It did not pass. But that's because of all of the low thinkers and their terrible ideas.
So you are not happy with the other inhabitants who are...
Under the low ones.
Ah, right.
Do you aspire for height? Are you a great up-and-comer?
Well, I'm not afraid of heights, if that's what you... Not that I'm aware of.
You know what? Hazel, don't be modest. Just the other day, I remember you saying that you wish you could really get higher up and that you could achieve great things way high up in the sky. If only there was someone who could help her experience it for even a short moment.
Sure, yeah. That totally happened.
Yeah, Charisma plus speech for difficulty 2 to convince them that Hazel is longing for incredible height.
For greater heights, yes.
That's a punchy roll.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
Can I give him an assistance?
Sure, yeah. Okay. I would say you can assist him, yeah.
I'm sorry, charisma and speech?
Speech, yeah.
Roll.
And
See what Hazel assists you with.
20 to try and assist.
Well, I don't think that you sound very committed to my cause. What would help me is if your necks were longer. If your necks were longer, you could see more. You could see it all.
How about if we wore taller shoes? I mean, because we can definitely put some little platforms on our shoes to be a little taller.
10 feet tall shoes. That's something I'd be interested in.
Okay, I think we can work on that.
Tell you what, come back when you have 10-foot tall shoes, and I'll help you achieve the highest nobility.
10-foot tall shoes. All right, we'll get right on that. Shall we go?
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, that guy's been high for way too long.
I had never really considered what an animal talking, what they would kind of be like. But if you had asked me, that's exactly what I thought. That thing.
Yeah, the giraffe seemed like a kind of a jerk.
Yeah, I gotta say, so far the animal kingdom is not impressing me. But maybe the honey badgers, maybe they're more pleasant.
You know what? Honey's right in their name. I'm sure they're very... Talk to the honey badger.
Also, so is Badger, though.
Oh. They're gonna pester us, but do it in a very sweet way.
Yeah, Frankie, you get to take the lead on this.
All right.
It'll be good for you.
They're going to be sweet or they're going to badger?
Maybe both.
Right, so, Frankie, you lead into the badger enclosure. It's this rolling verdant hills, bright sunshine painted on the top of the vault. It's just a beautiful landscape, almost like a prairie. But all of a sudden, you hear a clanking, and you hear voices. And then you notice a number of different heads, probably 50 badgers, pop up, all hulking, giant, like very muscular. I mean, they're only about 2 feet tall when they're on all fours, but these are menacing looking badgers. Each of them has sheet metal that they fashioned into batons and shields and pieces of armor. They've attached them and they start banging their batons against their shields, chanting, "One of us, one of us, one of us." And they begin forming closer to you, Frankie, chanting that. What are you going to do?
I'm going to kneel down so I'm closer to their level. and start chanting with them. Yeah. All right, one of
Charisma,
us. Right?
Strength plus speech for difficulty 1, I will say. 1. Strength plus speech.
Yeah. Well, no column A, a lot of column B.
Okay, yeah. Let me think about how to do this. All right, you start getting down and chanting with them, and they start getting really excited when they see you do that, and they start getting really excited. And they say, one of us, and then one appears above the rest, and he's actually got a scar across his face. He's missing an eye, and he says,
My name is Lick. And you're now one of the Badgers. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking kill some cats. Are you ready to go with us? We're gonna get all of our fucking armor and we're gonna put it on top of us and we're gonna kill the cats. We're gonna kill them tomorrow. It's gonna happen and you're gonna be a member of it. You're gonna be leading the charge. And so I want information. I want you, our newest Badger, to find out the cat's weakness and report back to us so we can fucking kill them. We can just put our hands around their fucking necks and strangle them and choke them out till there's absolutely nothing left and the life leaves their eyes and we take over their compound.
Information. All right. Be an informant? Okay.
Come back and tell me the best way to kill him. I want to know.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you that already. You just shoot them. But I can find out better information than that, since it doesn't really look like you have guns, and it looks like the guns that I have might be too big for you. But we're going to get those cats.
I can use the gun. I can use it. I can do it. I don't care.
Right. Then I'll find the guns too. But I'm going to go get that information for you right now. One of us. We're going to go right now.
I'm going to strangle him. I love it so much. Thank you.
Damn right. Yep. Let's go. Let's go kill some cats. Yep. All right. We'll save some for you guys too. Let's get out of it.
Let's go find some 10-foot tall shoes and some guns for Badgers. Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ, guys. What? Hazel?
All right.
Hazel.
Yeah.
I told you this is not right. The mutiny idea, I don't think peaceful protest is going to work. Mutiny?
Well,
just say the word. I will crack this bison pheromone open so fast. It looks like we already got an army to start it.
Okay, whoa. Let's go do what you said let's go find out what's going on with the cats. I mean, as far as we know, we might get along better with the cats.
The cats are all going to be asleep. All they do is sleep all day.
I don't know if these are regular cats, guys. They normally didn't have regular cats.
I mean,
in the zoo.
the cats I was used to cats that actually have to work for a living. They hunt critters and
we had
sometimes
some cats.
Some of the bigger ones, eat, well, let's just find out what's up with these cats, because it depends what kind of cat, I guess. I mean, I don't think it's meerkats, so it doesn't seem like they'd have normal house cats in a zoo, do they? I mean, maybe it's wildcats or something.
All right, to the cat house.
Yeah, so you all enter the cat house. It has a number of different stones that are put up. Think like Lion King Pride Rock style. Up on the lip of the rock sit about 10 cats, all sitting on large, plump cushions, dressed in the finest garments you could think of a cat to wear. And below them are 100 mice that are just running around, pretty much. Taking care of whatever needs to be taken care of below them, delivering things to the cats to eat, Mice themselves are delivered to the cats to eat, dressed up in some various herbs. Like there is a whole society of mice that are working for these house cats that you see. The house cats do not pay attention to you all.
Excuse me. Hello. Oh, can I speak to whichever one of you is the strongest and smartest?
The cats get up and then like turn away from you.
Pudge is gonna turn to Frankie. Frankie, did you say you had like some rope?
Yeah, I have.
All right, is what I want you to do. I want you to take that rope, and I want you to kind of roll it into a big ball, right? Like you just roll it into a ball.
Yep. I'll do that.
All right, Hazel.
Yeah.
They'll probably listen more to you than to a robot brain in a jar. I wanted to use a ball of yarn, and I want you to kind of hold it up, and I want you to go to the cats, and you're gonna make like a piss piss sound, and you're gonna like shake the ball, and that should get their attention, and then maybe you toss the ball. That should kind of get them engaged.
Okay.
My girlfriend Lola used to have a cat. It's a thing. Trust me.
Okay.
All right.
I'll give it a try.
Charisma plus throwing for a difficulty 1. I love a fun little roll.
An enticing toss.
An enticing toss. For charisma plus throwing. Fascinating.
You got this, Hazel.
If not, we could just go find a box for them to sit in. It's a 3. Okay.
Yeah. So you toss this ball, and the cats all look at it, and then they come down, and they're very interested, and they're kind of like batting with it. There's one that's like really like batting, like putting up his back, and he's just like batting at this little ball.
Okay, so that's very cute. I'm trying to keep with the sound.
They look at you. They go, "Yeah, what do you want?"
Oh, I wanted to ask, you good cat folk.
Pet my stomach.
Oh, sure.
Pet the stomach, Hazel. Pet the stomach.
Yeah. It's I do the stomach.
Don't touch me.
Oh, yep. That's all right. No problem. So, just in passing, what do you guys think of the honey badgers downstairs? They don't seem to like you very much.
They're the worst. They want our mice. They want to eat our mice. Well, you know what? We use our mice. I use them every day. They do all kinds of stuff for me. And it's fun to eat them sometimes. We get food, but it's just, it's fun to eat them.
Do your mice talk to you?
It's hard to tell. I don't really listen.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I will give you this awesome string. It will be yours if I can have one of your mice. And I'll
fine.
keep scratching.
And it takes the string and goes up to the top of the rock and is playing with the string. And all of a sudden, a mouse comes out to you, Hazel, and looks at you. Goes, "Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, the cat told me that you wanted to talk to me."
Yeah. The cat kind of said that sometimes they eat you, and they use you for. Are you okay with that? That seems.
I mean, I'm just following the rules because they instituted slavery at that resolution meeting.
Ah, okay. Well, Good news, bad news. The good news is you're not a slave anymore. I just traded a ball of string for ownership of you, and I am officially granting you your own freedom.
Yippee! That sounds great.
Cool. Can you sort of fill us in with what you know about what's going on with everybody in this vault, the cats, the other mice, elephants, we talked to the giraffes. I don't think we're going to get anything very lucent out of them, but
Yeah. The badgers have been talking to us to they want us to help them overthrow the cats.
Do the badgers want to eat you also, or are they trying to liberate you?
I don't know.
Okay, so so would you say that the other mice are kind of okay with the? Think they might want to, I don't know, maybe overthrow the norm and possibly install their own government that looks not so kindly upon the enslaving and eating of sentient beings?
Well, I mean, it's all dependent on the resolution that's going to pass here soon.
That's going to pass soon? When's that happening?
Probably at the end of the day.
Oh, what resolution is that? That's going to be that people that the animals are voting on kind of resolution this time?
Yeah, they're gonna kill half the mouse population and reintroduce dogs.
Okay. Are you guys okay with that? Do you each get a vote?
No.
Or are you just? Why don't you get a vote?
They made a resolution where a mouse couldn't vote.
Yeah. Well, all right, little guy. What's your name?
That's a good question. I don't have a name.
Okay. Let's go with for right now. I'm just gonna call you Mouse. Do you want to come with me?
Yeah.
Maybe we can figure out some way to. We can figure some stuff out here, and I'm gonna put down my hand and let the mouse climb into my hand. So yeah, let's go have a conversation with these are my friends. None of us are slaves, and for the most part not really okay with that either.
Well, I mean, you guys have these weird collars on.
Yeah, that's something we're currently working on.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So, out of curiosity, do any of these animals ever get? We know they get fed. We know that the giraffes are not happy that the food comes from down low and not from up high. We know that the badgers are looking to move in on the cat's territory. We know that the gorillas are having an existential crisis. What I really want to know is how do you, the mice, probably outnumber the rest of the animal in this feel about the fact that you are the downtrodden masses?
Oh, I mean, we got outvoted because there was only 10 of us when we started, but then we all grew in number, and they knew that we would. Yeah, I would like some representation, you know?
Yeah, I think that's fair. So, maybe if we can get a look at this resolution that's being voted on by the end of the day and going up to the overseer, maybe we can see what the resolution is, and maybe we can give it a couple of I don't know, maybe some edits.
Well, I mean, the rumor around it is that everybody loves dogs.
Well,
so it's gonna be hard to convince people because right now there's no dogs.
There is one dog, and I'm actually going to look down at the mutated African dog that's been following me around, extremely hungry. It's like, yeah, this is Toto. This is a dog.
Ma'am, that's not a dog. That's not a dog.
He is a dog. He's a special case, but he is an African dog. Or his ancestors were anyway, probably.
I think I'm in danger.
Yeah, you might be. You should stay on my shoulder. Don't go down low. Toto. How you doing, boy? I'm gonna find something on me to feed to Toto because he's still looking around like he's looking for something.
Oh, I could give him that Tato you gave me.
I don't know if he's a veg. I don't think he's a vegetarian, but you could try it. Wouldn't hurt. I mean, maybe he'll love it. Hey, Toto.
I'm just gonna toss the Tato. Toto, fetch, eat.
It's like a squeak toy. Here you go. Tomato guts go everywhere. Wow. Okay, that's a little more brutal than I pictured eating a potato would look like. Okay. So little mousy guy, yeah, you better stay on my shoulder for now.
About the time you're kind of like wrapping up your conversation with this mouse for now. From on the hill, you notice that cat is like really playing with that ball of yarn. All of a sudden, he kicks the ball of yarn into the air, and the ball of yarn kind of unravels itself, and then becomes very taut, and then snakes itself around the cat and makes his eyes kind of bulge out as it goes around his face and down his body, and the rope begins to grow. The rope grows so far over him that it's taking pieces of rock and kind of attaching it to his body as an armor, as this cat is just like yelling, screeching, and scrinks out its paws, and pieces of rope begin to fly out as it grabs two of the mice from down below and strangles them around. And the ropes fall down, and then it eyes Punchy, and a rope flies out and wrangles around your body as the cat pulls you towards itself. And that is where we will end the session.
Now that's unusual.
Yeah, that you don't usually see a ball of yarn behave like that. No.
No, it wasn't a normal. It was something was up with this rope that we did not know what it would do.
Well,
so I put a piece of rope into Frankie's inventory as magically. I didn't tell him for him to discover, and then there was a check that he could roll where he could figure out what it is, and he was like, "I've got this piece of rope. I'll figure out about it later." And then you remembered that he said he had a piece of rope, and then we're like, "I'm going to throw this yarn ball at him," and now you have the hangman cat.
Oh no! What the?
Shaw.
Oh God.
You have to go get the honey badgers real fast.
The hang cat. Oh God.
That'll even the odds against the honey badgers.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that.
Whether you like it or not, the chaotic mutiny is just started.